Alright, now we're moving into the actual firearms. So the first one I'll start with, as usual, is the normal handgun. A Star's Custom Automatic. Fires 9mm parabellum rounds. Alright, now this is actually the classic samurai edge that's used in a lot of Resident Evil games. But in reality, it is the Beretta 92F. Alright, so let's test it out. Alright, now let's test the handgun on a zombie. Alright, that took 9 handgun shots to take down a standard zombie. So the handgun has really lost its power from the very original Resident Evil. Alright, that is it for the handgun. Now for the next weapon, the shotgun. Fires 12-gauge shells, a weapon that is capable of firing wide range. Okay. Now, in a lot of classic Resident Evils, if you plan to use a shotgun on a zombie, then you always want to let him get close to you and aim upward towards his head. This will usually result in a critical headshot, as I will show. Kaboom! Alright, now to properly test it, I'm going to test it on a hunter. And of course, I'm going to test it at close range for maximum effect. Alright, so 3 shotgun shells to take down a hunter at close range. The shotgun is a really good weapon overall. You could use it against almost any normal enemy. Alright, that is it for the shotgun. Now for the next weapon, the assault shotgun. Fires 12-gauge shells, a Star's custom arsenal, and also Richard's favorite. That's right, you get this weapon from Richard Aiken, with both Chris and Jill, one way or another. Alright, now let's test it out. Alright, now let's see if there's a damage difference between this shotgun and the regular shotgun when tested on a hunter. Alright, that also took 3 shots. Now I know for a fact the assault shotgun is more powerful than the regular shotgun, but obviously not that much if the shots for hunters doesn't drop. There's still an obvious plus. The assault shotgun does carry more ammo. Alright, that is it for the assault shotgun. Now for the next weapon, the self-defense gun. A self-defense gun that fires 22 magnum rounds. 1 round has been fired already. Alright, this is really the Derringer. Basically, this gun only has 1 bullet, and there is no ammo for it throughout the entire game. So why would you ever use it, would you say? That's because it has a very high firepower I believe it's that equivalent of a Magnum or higher. That's why it only has one shot. So it's best if you use it on a boss. The boss I recommend is like right after you acquire it. Use it on the Plant 42 maybe. Or the Tyrant at the end of the game. Use it strictly for boss battles. I don't have really a proper enemy to test this on. So I think I'm just gonna test it on a hunter to see how powerful it really is. But first let's test it out. Alright, in my previous version review, I tested it on a zombie, and it of course went down in one shot. But in this review, I'm going to test it on a hunter. So let's see if a hunter goes down in one shot. Wow, to think that tiny-ass Derringer could take down a hunter in one shot like that. But they're true to their word. This gun has an astounding firepower. Alright, that is it for the self-defense gun, or Derringer. Alright, now to review the character-only weapons for a minute. First I'll do Jill's. So, her weapon is that weapon that has multiple rounds, the grenade launcher. Since this is a remake of the original Resident Evil, you got the original 3 rounds that it came with. The explosive rounds, the flame rounds, and the acid rounds. In this game, they're called the grenade shells, incendiary shells, and acid shells. Alright. So, here's the grenade launcher. Grenades are already loaded. Alright, this is what is extremely retarded about the remake and the original Resident Evil. Both the grenade launcher, or bazooka in the original, and the Magnum, if they have ammo loaded, they don't even have descriptions. They just tell you it's loaded. I don't know why that is. And you'd think the developers would smarten up in the remake and get rid of that stupid aspect, but no, they gotta copy the original. But anyway, I have to unload this thing to get a proper description. Alright, I unloaded the shells. Let's see if it has a different description. A gun that fires grenade rounds, acid rounds, or incendiary rounds. Wow, very descriptive. What the fuck ever. Alright, it's no big deal, really. Sorry about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test all 3 rounds right here in a safe environment and slow-mo the final shot, whatever I'll do. And then I'm going to test all 3 rounds on a hunter. Explosions, explosions. Alright, now let's test the 3 rounds on a hunter. Okay, so explosive took 2 rounds, incendiary took 2 rounds, and acid took 1 round. So that proves right there the acid rounds are the most powerful in the game. All the rounds have good purpose for specific enemies. I have a faint idea. Explosive rounds are good for like less powerful enemies, like zombie dogs and maybe hunters if it's only 1. Flame rounds are really good on spiders. Really good. And acid rounds are good for bosses and everything else because they're the most powerful. Alright, so there's the grenade launcher. Alright, now for the Chris only weapon, the Flamethrower. An anti-personnel weapon that sprays a stream of flame. Okay, now I'm going to test this out, but when it comes to enemy testing, you only get this weapon in the mines or the underground, and you can't leave with it. And the only enemies that are in the underground, I believe, are hunters and the Black Tiger boss, which is a giant spider. So, there's not really a proper enemy to test this on. But I'm going to risk my life for you guys, and I'm going to test it on the Black Tiger boss. But first, let's test it out. bubbly flame. I don't know. Alright, now here we go. Let's test it on the Black Tiger. Wow, that... I'm amazed I actually did that. I'm not sure what percent it was at when the exact moment it was at death state, but you still have some flame left after defeating the boss, so cool. Alright, so the flamethrower, I guess, is kind of a good weapon to use against the Black Tiger. You saw right there, it didn't even attack me. So, cool. You could also use it to destroy the web that's covering the double doors after defeating the Black Tiger boss. Alright, that is it for the flamethrower. I'm kinda happy.